Okay, hey guys, AnimeWestReacts here. We're going to be reacting to Seraph of the End, chapter 144. Almost 1044. But yeah, picking up with Mahiru saying, Gurren, did you feel that? And so, yeah. Oh boy. Ferid. Oh, I don't know how I blinked on Ferid's name. Spring at 25. Ferid says, ooh. Oh, Kai Look just turned into a demon. Mahiru says, yeah, that's definitely what it felt like, and I don't think it was voluntary. Who did it to him? And then he says, what? Don't you all know about it already? Heck, this isn't all you're doing in the first place, Mahiru. And then, yeah, he's like, why would it be? And he's like, Barrett says, to keep me from getting too powerful. And she says, no, we need you to get more powerful so you can defeat the second progenitors. And then Barrett says, yeah, but if you can't kill me after, you'll have a problem. Weren't you going on about how you have a plan to kill me if I betray you? And then, yeah, she says, that's a completely different issue. I didn't have any plan to kill Kyla, or I didn't have any plan in place to kill Kyla. And then he says, oh, you sure? And so he grabs her and she says, what? Well, suddenly, he throws Gurren. So, yeah, he threw Gurren into a tower. I didn't know what happened. So, yeah, he grabbed Gurren and then chunked him into a building. And, yeah, he says, there, see? You can't even touch me. How are you going to handle this? What do you hope to do if I decide to betray you? And then Gurren says, you can't handle Saito on your own. You know he outclasses you. And then he says, can you be sure? Devour another vampire or three? And Mahiru says, still not happening. You'd have to take 2 second progenitors on at once. There's no way you could survive that on your own. And he says, oh, why not? I don't mind taking my time with it. Spending, say, 1,000 years whittling one down. And then she says, like you don't know how impossible that is. Devouring other vampires comes with a hefty price. Your body can't take much more. You'll turn into a demon soon. And then she says, killing Saito, getting the sinful keys, then getting your wish. Getting your wish, you don't have much time left to get all that done. And Ferid says, what? What? You think that's your ace in the hole? Come on. You know I'm not stupid. And then we got Ferid going into a flashback, Moon Demon Company mansion. And so, yeah, I guess, Ferid awakening from some kind of capsule, or they did something to him. So neat, I can devour other vampires now. And get Gurren saying, you don't get any practice. Eat even just one and the side effects will start. In less than half a year, you'll... And then he says, I'll turn into a demon, right? Sure, it's not like I have any regrets. And then, yeah, some researcher guy walks by and says, you there, still working at this hour? Too much overtime, and you'll ruin your health. Lord Gurren will be mad at you. And then, yeah, he says, oh dear, someone found me. And then the scientist guy's like, just kidding, I was waiting for you, actually. Or maybe Ferid says this. Whew. And then he says, you have family you want to keep safe, right? You badly want to keep safe. Sorry about that. And Ferid says, I'm just so curious about my new body. Like, is there anything in it now that no one told me? Like, if you love your family, tell me everything, Kay. He says, Lord Gurren? And then Ferid says, well, I really turned to a demon at the end. That spell you put on me, did it take like you expected? Did you confirm it actually works? And Mahiru says, what are you talking about? He says, don't you get it? I'm asking if you're sure you weren't already betrayed. And then she says, curse activate. And then, yeah, activates, and Ferid's like, And then Gurren says, curse go berserk. And then, yeah, the chains start doing, like, rapping Ferid, and he screams, and other party members or teammates arrive, say, yo, Gurren, making a mess, eh? And Kureto says, you went overboard. All the vampires in the city will know where we are now. And then, yeah, it says, Shinya says, are you going to turn him into cursed gear? And then Meyer says, nah, we're just teaching a moron a lesson. He says, okay, Mr. Oh So Clever. We know you betray people at the drop of a hat. Did you really think we'd let a researcher with as obvious a weakness as family anywhere near you? She says, you did? Oh, how sweetly naive of you. And so, yeah, you see the chains, and then we go into this inner world with the tree again. And then, yeah, got him just sitting at the tree. Crowley's like, well, that was dumb. You're totally losing to them. Krill says, hold it. I have no interest in becoming a demon along with him. Like, me neither. I don't want to. Chess, or no one's name is Chess. One of them says, one of Crowley's people says, oh dear, that curse is coming this way now. Ferid's like, excuse me, the peanut gallery can shut up now. I can feel upset over things too, you know. And Crowley's like, you upset? Look at you enjoying life. He's like, oh, good point. I am having fun. They say, do you think it's because there's an end to it coming? It's been almost half a year since I devoured that first vampire. I'm almost out of time. He says, oh gosh, I have to hurry. And Barrett says, yeah, I better rush through life. And he says, how's it feel? Afraid of becoming a demon? And Gurren says, this is the power we humans have developed in our desperate fight against your kind. And Ferret says, you're right. This is scary. You don't want to be a demon. And he says, okay. And Gurren says, okay, then do you understand who's in the driver's seat now? Can erase you anytime we want, so be a good boy and do what you're told. And he says, damn you, human, I'll get you. And then Gurren's like, and then Ferid says, isn't that the coolest line? Sure, I'll play along. And he says, especially if it means wrecking Daddy Dear's plan. And then Gurren says, will you obey me? And Ferid says, yes, I'll obey you. And then Mahir says, release. And then he just falls back. He's like, man, getting turned into a demon is worse than getting sunlight full in the face. And then Ferid thinks, boy, humans are scary, especially this lot. They're as messed up in the head as I am. And Ferid says, by the way, how much time do I have left? Gurren says, I'd say 10 days or so. And Ferid's like, oh boy, that's shorter than I thought. I really am going to have to hurry. And so, yeah, Gurren says, the material. She said, what? The ones back at the hotel? I read them all. Burn them and the whole hotel along with them. And he says, oh, what's this? Am I getting left out of another fun plan? Yeah, Ferid says, shut up. Or Gurren says, shut up and just think about being on the front lines like a good dog. He says, woof woof. But yeah, now he's thinking, that said, I only have a few days to get those sinful keys and achieve my goal. This might actually be harder than I thought. And then, yeah, he's like, the one inside's like, what am I going to do, guys? Trill's like, don't talk to me. And Crowley says, good question. I kind of need to know what you're really after if I'm going to answer that. And then, yeah, he says, mind if I go digging? Ferid says, don't do that, Crowley. And he says, but we're connected now, right? Yeah, one of his people says, Lord Crowley, no, dig into his mind and you'll turn into a weirdo perv just like him. And so, yeah, Ferid's thinking, what do I do now? How do I get out of this? How do I stay on top? And Crowley says, I wonder what made you decide to become a vampire. And then Ferid's like, I wouldn't do that if I were you. Look, you'll merge with the memories of all the vampires I've eaten. It'll overload your brain and fry it. And he says, the humans haven't realized it yet, but for that one moment we all finally merge. For that one moment we all finally fully merge, we'll be super powerful. It'll be over it'll be over 400 ancient lives all connecting as one after all. But I think I'll save that moment for later. And Crowley says, I don't mind if it fries my brain, you interest me. And he says, I'll go ahead then. And Ferid's like, okay, if you want to. So we go back to ancient Rome's invasion of Greece. So yeah, the Greek forces have formed a phalanx. See this knight, Bartley. This someone. Vice Commander Bartley, the Greek forces are coming. And it says, good, start throwing javelins. We'll lure them to uneven ground. Don't fear, men. Victory will be ours. Massacre the Romans. And so I see a horse jumping, say, turn, draw your blades. And then, yeah, so it says, Lord Ferid, no, don't run to the front. It says, smash into the Greek forces from the phalanx. And so, yeah, they do. You just see, like, heads flying. It says, what? Catch that Roman commander and kill. Before he can finish, he dies. So, yeah, Ferid, die you nobody. It says, don't let the vice commander get killed. And then we got Ferris thinking, man, I somehow managed to survive another day. Lame. And so that was amazing, Lord Bartley. That's how many battles in a row won? Or how many battles in a row won? He says, meh, it's so boringly easy, we just use the same strategy over and over. And one of the soldiers, I guess, says, don't be humble, sir. You're always putting your life on the line, ensuring we win the critical battles. Everyone says you'll make vice general. But yeah, Barrett says, I'm not interested in promotions. And this guy says, come on, sir, with that rank at your age, I'm sure your parents must be proud. You've brought glory to the Bartley name. And then Ferid's like, I murdered my parents, actually. And he says, the general attacking the port, should we... Or Ferid says, the general, like, yeah. And then soldier says, attacking the port, should we reinforce them? And Ferid's like, nah. There's something else I want to do first. That's why I came all this way to the east as it is. Yeah. And then he says, what else, sir? And then Ferid says, beyond that hill, there's a city. They say an immortal who drinks the blood of men lives there. Okay. And so, yeah, chapter title was actually Ferid Bartley, or Bathory, springtime of his 25th year. So yeah, if you enjoyed this reaction, then I'd appreciate y'all leaving a like on the video, sticking around, subbing to this channel. And yeah, I'll see y'all next month.